Hello and welcome back to another tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do a ender dragon. So as you can see, this is what we should get by the end of it. We might texture it as well. So yeah, as you can see, the wings work, neck, the mouth as well, and of course the tail. So let's first just begin with getting the basic geometry. So I'm just going to move all this over. So we're going to start off with doing the head. So go to the create, geometry, and create box, and change the parameters, the length to 35, width to 35, and height to 35. And then we're going to hold down shift and with the move tool select, just move it over so we can copy it. Make sure it's a copy and not an instance. And make that length 34, width 25, and height 18. And then move it out. That's just, it's correctly located. So now we've got that. Using the link constraint tool, which is right at the top, the very top left corner, and just with the nose selected, drag it and attach it to the head. And let's just move that over. So let's just quickly create the body as well. So I have the main part. So another box, so create another box and make the length 50, width 120, and the height 50. And then let's just center it. So make sure you change all the movements to 0, 0, 0. And then we're going to move it up. So move it up about, how far did I move mine up? About 34. So on the z-axis, move it up to about 34. So once you've done that, we're going to create some boxes for the neck. So again, create another box. And make the length 20, width 20, and height 10. And then using the align tool, center on the main body. Make sure it's center by center. And then using the rotation tool, rotate it. You may want to turn on angle snap toggle. So you can rotate it every 5 degrees and change it to 90. So, and then of course move it over to so what you're going to want to do now is turn on snap toggle. So that'll be right beside the angle snap toggle, right up here under, should be underneath the rendering area, and just turn on the angle. Right click on it in case it's not already on vertex. So make sure vertex is ticked and make sure grid points is unticked, because that's probably default. So make sure only that. So once you've done that, we're gonna copy this. So hold down shift and move it to the very corner of on the x-axis. Hold down shift and copy it over until you, as you can see, it can snap to the vertices on the cube that we just created before this. And then before we copy it, make it instance, and do that again for another 5 times. You see now we've got 7. So what we're going to do now is create the bones for it. So the best way to do this is to click on one of the squares and change the segments to change the width to 2 and leave all the rest to 1 for now. And what you're going to want to do is go into the Create tab, and then go to Systems, and then click on Bones, and make sure you have a Snap Toggle still selected. And then you're going to want to make a bone on each of these vertices, on these very corners here. So, put 1. Make sure you get it correct, because I think, yeah, got mine wrong, see? So make sure you get it correctly connected to the correct corner, not the one on the other side. So once you've got all those bones created on each one of those things, we're going to need to move it to the center. So reselect the cube and increase the length segments to 2 as well, quickly. And then moving the very first bone we created into the center like this. So you see, and then you're going to want to go back to the cubes and turn the segments back down to 1 on each one. And once you've done that, using the link tool, you're going to want to link the very first bone to the main body, and I'd also position the head where you want it. So I'd turn off Snap Toggle and then move it. I'd also make sure that's on the correct y-axis, and then just move it to where you think it probably needs to be. You can change this afterwards if you need to. So it's up to you what you do now, because you're going to want to link. Actually, no, we're not going to link this yet. We're going to just double check. So this, yeah. Okay, so now you need to link each one of these boxes to each one of these bones. So again, using the link constraint tool, which is right in the top left corner on each one of these, just link it. So now they should all be linked. You might want to check it by rotating them. Okay, so once you've done that, select the main bone, the very first bone we created, and go to Animation, I key solvers, and choose High Solver, and then choose the very end bone, and see if that works. Which by the looks of it, it does work, but it's going in the wrong direction. So one way to fix this is to turn that back off and to rotate the second bone up. This way, for some reason, the I key solver will realize that it's going the wrong direction, and as you can see, it's now looking correct. So you can do that. That's probably the best way to do it. So just do that. And then once you've got the head, the I key solver straightened out like this, and you've made sure it's correct, I'd also animate it. So turn on auto key and then go to frame 100 and rotate it to about this amount. And as you can see, the back is kind of sticking out quite far, so you're going to want to fix that. So hold down Control, select both the I key, the X, or the plus sign, or whatever you want to call it, and the very first bone, and move that over until you can't see any of it sticking out. Make sure all the keys off though. So as you can see, it now looks proper. So the best way to fix this also is to, so yeah, move over the head to where you need it to be after you've made that fix. And then you're going to want to link the I key, the I key we just made, and link it to the head. So now when we move the head, we move the neck as well. And as you can see, that doesn't work because we've made it too far over. So yeah, reset that and unlink it. So unlink selection, which will be the next symbol, over to the link tool. And before we, so we need to just move that in. Okay, that doesn't seem to work. There you go. So make sure you have the link, the I key selected, and then unlink it, and then move over the head. Now, before you relink it, there's another thing you may want to do. If you plan on using your enderdragon at any point to have his head cut off, if you wanted to, you could either change this bone at the very end or change this bit here so that you could keyframe it. Now to do that, you need to go into the motion tab, I think. Yeah, motion tab, and then go to the assign controllers. And with the head selected, actually no, it's the head selected. We need to select the I key, and now there's another thing you might want to do before you do this is hold down Alt, right click, and set skin pose for the I key. This way, if the thing reverts back to the center of the grid, you can move it back much easier. So once you've got this, select the position, I key goal position, under assign controller, which should already be shown in the motion tab. And you see this assign controllers icon here. Click it and click on link constraint, which should be there, and then click OK. And as you can see, we now get this link parameters here. So look for that. Actually, you can't see it once. You can't see it. Okay, there you go. You should see this link parameters box somewhere in your motion tab now, after you've added that. So what you need to do is you need to add a link. So add the head, and make sure its start time is 0. So okay, that's not working. Alright, it is working. I've animated the I key. So yeah, unanimate the I key. But yeah, as you can see, it's now linked to it. Oops. Stop. So as you can see, it's linked to it. But what you can do now, if you wanted to sever the head, is if you wanted to suddenly have it, no longer attached to this link constraint, which you can be used in any other situation. This is not just the enderdragon. You can link it to world. So if I was to go to frame 35 and link to world, as you can see, when it gets to frame 35, it will no longer be attached to the head. So that head could then be animated to be dropped separately. So I could animate it to go up. And you see, after frame 35, the I key no longer is following the head, and that head could now fall to the ground if you wanted to animate it like that. So yeah, that's one thing you could do with that. So now we've done that, I'm just going to delete that and keep it. It's just the box attached to it. You may want to do that for this one as well, if you ever want to have the head get the neck as well get detached. But now that we've done that, we'll go on to the tail, because that's the easy bit. So it's up to you how you do the tail. I've gone with the tail slowly decreasing in width, but you can have it just a long square tail if you really wanted it, but I haven't, but it's up to you. So to do that, we need to go into Create tab, Geometry, and then create a box again, and set the tail to 25, length 25, width 25, and height to 10. And then of course align it to the body, and then rotate it by 90 degrees. And then move it over. Okay, that doesn't look centered, does it? Yeah, it is. Just going crazy. So that's why. So yeah, you may need to change it from center to pivot point for the current object selected, because the object might be not the same width and height and all that. So after you've done that, we are going to do the same effort we did with the head, but for each tail part we make, we go down extra 2 pixels on the length and width. So it'll be 23 next, and then 21. So again, we need to turn on the snap toggle and hold down Shift and copy it over. Now you don't want it to be copy, you want it to be a copy, you don't want it to be instant, so make sure you fix that. And then change it to 23, and then keep doing that until you get about 12 cubes. So yeah, just keep doing that. You may want to increase the width or decrease the height a bit after a while. It's up to you. It's completely up to you. Oops. And then one more. So as you can see, we now have a right, and I have just screwed something up. Make sure to change the segments to the width to 2. Right, I forgot that. Well, I'm going to leave an annotation. So, but yeah, don't be an idiot. Let me forget. But if you did, just go through each one and quickly change it. And then again, like we did the last time, go to System, Bones, and oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Also change the height as well. It's a bit more difficult because they're going in each one, so the center shouldn't be any different. So make sure the height, the length and width are 2 segments. And then try and get each center to each point, which is not going to be easy, but yeah. So with the bone, yeah, this is going to be incredibly difficult, but just try and get it. Worst bit about this is you can't actually manipulate the screen. Wow, actually got it right. Ah, I missed one. Damn it. Right, okay, mine's bugged. Okay, if yours screws up like mine, go to Animation, Bone Tools, and Bone Edit Mode, and then select the bones that have gone out of place, like mine have, and with the Snap tool on, with Bone Edit Mode on as well, just move it about until it's in the correct location. So you can see mine are now correctly positioned. So yeah, and then turn Bone Edit Mode off, and you've got yourself a tail. So once you've done that, just link each one of these bones. So first, actually link the main tail to the body. You can either do it by just simply linking it, or you want to, if you want to keyframe it eventually to come and get cut off, then yeah, use the other way that I showed you a minute ago. So once you've done that, just link each box to each bone, like we did with the neck. Okay, so once you've got them all added, again we're going to add a I key silver, but first let's rotate the second bone up. Also give us a chance to check that it's actually correct. And then select the very first bone, and then animation, I key silvers, high silver, and choose the very last bone. And it should now rotate correctly. So yeah, as you can see, and again, of course, the other side is not in enough, so position that so it's straight, and then keyframe it so it moves down. Whoops, make sure auto key is on. As you can see, it's not correct. So then move auto key off, choose the I key and the very first bone, and then move it over. And now it should work. Yep. So, yeah. Now we will do. We'll start on the wings. We'll probably have to do the rest of the wing and the legs in the next tutorial. So, go to the Create tab, Geometry, and create a box. Make sure the segments are 0 for now. And the wing, change the length to 10, the width to 10, and change the height to 60, and then position it so about half of it is about out. Doesn't need to be perfect. So once you've done that and you've about got it to where you want the wing, you can always fix this. Well, I think you can fix it afterwards. So once you've done that, copy it and hold down Shift and up. Just move it upwards to about this high, and change the change it to length 8, width 8, and change the height to 95. Now let's just position these like it would if he was a... Let's first attach this, so using the select tool, we can just attach that quickly. We'll change that later. So just rotate it using the angle snap toggle on, and just rotate it to about where they are, and then again rotate the next one to where that would usually be if it was going to be in that position over there. So next we will add the small bones to it. So again, in the local view, using this move, select the move, change it to local, and hold down shift, move it up to about top of the second wing bone, and change the dimensions to length 5, width 5, and height 135. And then we're going to just rotate this to about there, and then again rotate it about another 20, and then rotate it again. Actually, delete that, and then when you've, with the first one, hold down shift and then rotate about 20 and make it instance. So instance the object, then do it again about 20, then make sure that's instance. So now we have the basic wing. So the next thing to do is to add the bones for it. So make all the segments, make the segments 2 in length and width for each one of these. Right, and then, like we've done before, make bones. So go to the Create tab, Systems, Bones, turn on Snap Toggle, and make a bone at the very beginning, and then instead of going straight to the top, go to where the other bone is intersecting, and then right up the top, try and find where the center bone is, and then when you've done that one, don't move it and just right click, and we'll finish it there. And as you can see, make sure it's in the center. It should all have like a center point there, as we've rotated them there. Of course, if it has gone to the side because of the perspective when you clicked it, just go into the animation bone tools and edit it like we did earlier. So once you've got that one, we're going to need to use the bone tool again. So clicking where the very top, not the very top, just the one within, we're going to select the first wing center, and as you can see, for some unknown reason it goes all weird and way off like this, so you will have to use the animation bone tools and bone edit mode to fix this. So just do that. So if you don't want to rotate it on a single axis or 2 axes, there should be a little circle in the center, so you can position it in every axis, as you can see. And then of course make another bone for the same one. You could do this, and then again position it. Make sure it looks right. And again another bone. Now at this point you could have another bone if you really want to, it's up to you, but I'm going to keep mine to just 3. Oops. So now we got all the bones in place. We need to link each one of these to each bone, so just do that. First, actually, before we do that, link the very beginning swan, the main bone to the body first, then link all the wings to its location, to each bone. So now make sure you save all this before you do all this stuff, because iKeys can be very chaotic sometimes. They can bug out, so make sure you always have backups. So once you've done that, select the very first bone, and we're going to go to animation, iKey, iSolver, and choose the little bone there at the very end, and make sure I snap toggles off and just see if that works. You see it works, but as you'll wonder, when I turn it like this, it goes all weird. So to fix that, we're going to create a little dummy. So go to the Create tab, go to Helpers, which is this measuring tape symbol, the third one from the right, and there should be Dummy. So make a dummy, doesn't really matter how big it is, and then align it to the bone, bone in this very corner. So make sure it's pivot point by pivot point. It'll be the second bone here, and it should be right there. So once you've done that, select the I key again. You may want to name all this stuff. I'm not naming it, but you should definitely name it. So select the I key and go back into the Motion tab, and there should be an option under iKey Solver Properties, under iKey Solver Plane. There should be an option for swivel target, angle, and pick target. So on pick target, click the known and select the dummy. So once you try it again, you can see it now looks a lot better. So I'd also link this dummy to the body. So link the dummy to the body. So at this stage, I would animate it. So select the I key, and then of course turn on Auto key, and at a frame 100, just rotate it to where you'd think that would be, and you'd also rotate, you'd animate the dummy as well. So if this goes up and down, you can see it changes, which is what we want. It also might change a bit like that, but so yeah, move that down till you think it's about the right height for where the wing should be. So what should happen is it looks normal. As you can see, it looks like the wing is going normal, and that's pretty much how that goes. So I think we shall stop it there for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will add these little pieces of plane to each wing, which will stretch when it's fully out, as you can see. And we'll do the legs, and then see if we can get the any more of the little fine details and all that added as well. So thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, leave it in the comments and I'll try and help. If you like the video, like it, share it, subscribe. So thank you for watching.